Alrighty, welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm so excited. We just got back from New York City for a very, very awesome experience. Can't speak right now. It's been a while. It's been over a month since I've streamed, and I'm feeling a little rusty. I'm gonna be real. A little, I don't know, a little nervous, I guess. But yeah, I just got back from New York City. We took a train there. It was about a 10-hour train ride, and it was totally worth the experience. We saw Ghost in Madison Square Garden at a sold-out show, and that is such a monumental thing for us as Ghost fans. We have been listening to Ghost for just about 10 years now, right?
Yeah, we about 10 years, was it?
A little over 9 years.
Yeah, a little over 9 years. A little over 9 years. It was April of 2016.
Yeah, our first Ghost show was April of 2016, and we saw them for the 11th time, just, on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, I got a free ticket. They didn't even sell out Little Theater in our local town. They didn't even sell it out. I got a free ticket. It cost me $0 to get in.
Yeah, like the smallest venue that they were playing back in 2016. We got there for free. They didn't sell it out. And now I think the tickets were only like $25 back then too, which is pretty crazy considering now they are a lot more than that. I think we paid upwards of $200 this time around for the pit seats, and it was definitely worth it. We got to see 2 hours of just straight Ghost with no opener, and that's always amazing. We were actually at Midtown Comics when we heard the news about Ozzy Osbourne passing away, and Ghost, Ghost, they tributed their show at Madison Square Garden to Ozzy's passing. But yeah, it was just amazing to us how they went from nobody, back when we first found them, nobody not selling out, to now selling out.
Sell out Little Theater in Western New York.
Yeah.
I got in for free, and then 9 years later, they completely sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And they took that monumental show at Madison Square Garden, right? They dedicated it to Ozzy. That's why I'm doing the Kerry King thing, where I'm wearing sunglasses inside for an interview. But yeah, R.I.P. to the Prince of Darkness. We spent our little vacation and our little trip to New York, and we spent it the day the way Ozzy would. We had a blast.
Hey, Steve, thank you. So, yeah.
Thanks, Steve.
So about the Ghost concert. So it was a phone-free experience. And when you walk in, there are these little bags that they lock your phone into so nobody can take any recordings. And it's not to stop people from recording. Tobias Forge, the leader of Ghost, has talked about how it is because he likes the experience of not having phones in his face while performing.
Yeah,
and that's
I loved it. Honestly, I was a little annoyed going through like a almost like a TSA check-in kind of thing. But they put your phone in a bag, and everyone's present in the moment, and you don't have any choice but to experience the music.
Yeah.
I really like how there's no weird flashes. People aren't. I hate it when I look over to my right and there's someone on their phone like texting, like not doing the concert thing.
Oh yeah,
it really just takes it out of the mood.
It was great. It really helps your view of the stage, not having people's hands up in the air with their phones. And like there were little sections where you could use your phone if you had an emergency.
For some reason, but
yeah. There were definitely some people in there just doing scrolling, but yeah, I'm a fan of the experience because Ghost, they recorded a movie a couple years back, and for that they did the no phones, obviously, and they just liked it so much. So I was a fan of it. Steve said the Ghost. Wow, we have two Steves in the chat.
Two
okay.
Steves.
Hey,
They're both awesome.
Yes, thank you. Both Steves. And Steve Sorensen saw Ghost twice, both times in Syracuse.
We probably went to that same show.
Yeah, we've seen them in Syracuse many times.
We've graduated from seeing them on all of our fingers. Now we need to start including the toes, and I'll save you the image.
I think our engagement
11 times.
I think our engagement was in Syracuse in 2018.
Was
it was
in 2018?
Rats on the Road.
Rats
it was
on the Road
right after they released Rats before Prequel. So the Prequel album wasn't out yet, but there were a couple. Yeah, the Rats single was, and they played Dance Macabre for the first time on that show. We heard it live before the actual recording. 2019, yeah, we were there too.
We were there too.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was the same spot we got engaged at in 2019.
Yeah, it was. It was. If anyone went to the 2018 show, I was that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen them 11 times.
11 times.
As of Tuesday. The first time was Rapids Theater in Niagara Falls. Actually, you want to go grab that sign? It's right back there.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
So 2016, Rapids Theater was the first time. We had no idea who they were. A friend of ours wanted to go. He had a buddy bail out on him, so he had extra tickets. And the tickets were only $25. So absolutely insane compared to now.
This show right here, right? And if you notice,
2023, dude, I started the Amon Amarth pit. I fucking started that Amon Amarth pit.
She started that crazy shit. I was cold. I was ripping a bong just outside the pit.
It was hilarious. It was a great time.
And she was ripping people up, dude. She was throwing people 3 times her weight. But I still got to show off probably the most valuable thing in the house. This is signed by all 4 of the members. Wait, 5. Goodness. 6. Wait, 1. Wait.
Yeah, 6. Honestly, I think it's probably all Tobias that did.
Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, let's be real. It's but it's in lore. It's signed by all 6 members.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. You were just tell the story and how you found this poster.
Oh yeah, so this awesome thing, I got it like a year ago, and it was at a local record shop. And so I was just on my break at work. My job was like right down the road from this place, and I'm just like, I had some time to kill. I'm like, let's see what this record shop has, if they've had anything cool and new. So I just head over there and found that, and it was $20. I'm like, okay, immediately bought it, of course. And then I posted it online, and of course, people are like, oh yeah, I'd pay you way more for that, but I wouldn't sell it. That's so important to us for having such a cool piece of our first show.
That's not only a piece of Ghost history, that is a piece of Celia and Luke history.
That was like a week after we started dating.
That was kind of the I don't know, the flower blooming, Yeah,
that was our first concert together as a couple, and then we got engaged at one of their shows just 2 years later, and that one was our 5th show. So we've seen them a lot, and it's just important to us. And something that was really, really awesome about this show that we just went to, it was a 2-hour set, so it was just Ghost, no openers.
No opener. I love that. You want to see something, right? You got nothing in the way of it. It's just it's 2 straight hours of uninterrupted Ghost. It's all what I wanted and nothing that I didn't. I particularly I really love that. I'd rather pay more to see twice of the same band than less. And I don't know.
We got to hear some songs that they haven't played in a long time.
They played Elizabeth.
Yeah, and one song in particular that we were super excited to hear was the song that they close with before they play their encores, and that was Monstrance Clock. That's a song that they haven't played since the show we got engaged at. Basically, I think that was at least one of the last times they played that. So 2018, that's a long time. And that was actually
anything about the speed. The reason why it's our song is because not only does it mean a lot to us, and not only do we love the song, but also that's the song I chose to propose to her at because of the nature of Papa's speech. We don't want to get banned in any capacity, so we're not going to go over it. But there are plenty of YouTube videos of Papa 3 and maybe Cardinal Copia giving the speech about the Monstrance Clock and what he dedicates it to. And right is I dedicate it to the big kabang.
You can find it on YouTube if you want to hear it.
And that's why that song means a lot to us.
Well, I do have a video of our engagement on my channel, actually, and it's in my Ghost Collection video at the end. So that's something that you could check out if you really are interested in it. But yeah, so it was really important to us to be able to hear that song live again, and it was amazing. So in terms of the merch that we actually got a couple t-shirts, and Luke is wearing one of them. If you want to go ahead and show that off to our lovely friends, show off the front and back. This was the New York City exclusive
right here.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the front. This is the back. I can't see where I am. Squat down.
Yeah. Okay, here. Just sit. There you go. You got Ghost Skeletor on the back, World Tour 2025, and then stand up again. And then you have New York, July 22nd.
Pop it from a fan.
All right.
That was for you, Steve. That's for all of the Steves in chat.
All of the Steves. Thank you.
Steves got the booty shake.
Yeah, so it was an incredible time. And the second t-shirt we got, I'm actually not going to show on camera, and it's for the exact same reason Luke was just mentioning of why we can't talk too much about Monstrance Clock and the speech before it.
We're not going to pull it out.
Yeah.
Because it says in text, come together on the front.
Okay.
And on the back, it says together as one. And so that is not only a reference. It's a lyrics from our song. It means a lot to us. But the letters are made up of people in Kama Sutra poses. I'm going to leave it at that.
People are coming together.
People are coming together. They are literally.
Yeah, it's a lot of people coming together that make out the words come together as one. Yeah. And I thought about pulling it out and doing like some censorship, but that would just be a blue t-shirt.
It would just be
it does say Ghost on the back. But yeah, that is one that we had to get. And of course, you guys know me. I'm sweet, innocent, uncorrupted.
Baby angel.
Yeah, completely uncorrupted. And I saw this shirt on the merch booth. Of course, I think about my husband, how that's such an important song to us. And I see the letters. I can see that there's something there. And in my head, I was thinking, because their new album is called Skeletor, they kind of have, skeleton theme. I thought maybe it was like bones or something like that, or like maybe flowers or something.
If you look at this shirt, it wouldn't be difficult to.
My eyesight isn't that great. So to me, in my innocent mind, I was thinking, this is a sweet shirt, and then I look at it and I'm like, oh.
It is suggestive.
But I think it's honestly the perfect Ghost shirt. I wouldn't ask for it to be any different. I love it.
If your son or daughter was sent home from school from wearing that shirt, they might have a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I've seen Gojira. I like Gojira. I have not listened to a complete album of theirs. It's just, unfortunately, Gojira is on that stack of I need to listen to. I have like a bunch of those bands that you're gonna throw the phone if I tell you. Like I haven't listened to Dream Theater or Fear Factory. I know they're very credible, amazing bands that I need to listen to. I literally just haven't done it. Kujira's on the list. I've heard Kujira songs, and I've listened to a handful, like 2 of them, and I like them both. And I should listen to them more, and I don't. Mastodon is hit or miss, and I like a couple of their albums. I'm not their biggest fan.
Yeah, we did see
cool.
them open for Ghost.
We did see them open for Ghost. Kujira's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, Mastodon's pretty cool. I remember Mastodon from Adult Swim, oddly enough. I'm wearing, for those who don't know, I'm wearing the sunglasses in in mourning of Ozzy. That's why I'm doing the Kerry King thing. I might change my glasses in a moment. I do kind of feel dumb. Kerry King is the one that made me think sunglasses are dumb.
I got one more piece of merch at the Ghost Show, and it's one that I'm super excited about. So I'm going to tell this story again in my video tomorrow that you will see. But Ghost actually had some comic books at their merch booth. Yeah, I can't go anywhere without finding comics. And so Ghost put out a series called Sister Imperator, which is one of their characters. She's kind of like the founder of Ghost in their lore. Made up character, completely in lore, not a member of the band or anything, but they put out this comic series and it's been pretty good. I read the first 2 issues. I picked up issue number 4, but I missed out on picking up issue number 3. And I went to Midtown Comics in New York City and I was looking out to see if they had it. They had issue number 4, not issue number 3, but at Ghost's merch booth, they had these foil variants of all 4 issues. So I was able to pick up issue number 3 there. And it was a little more expensive for the foil variants than it would have been to pick it up at the comic shop, but I'm totally okay with that because I want to support the band directly, and the best way to do that is at the merch booth. So we like to buy our stuff right from the source if we can, and it's just awesome. I love it. I've only seen a foil variant for issue number 1 on their merch store. I don't think they ever released these to the public outside of their merch booth. It would have been cool to pick up all of them. I didn't get a chance to do that, honestly. I would have liked to, but couldn't afford it. It was like $30 a book. So I figured, you know what, I'll pick up the one that I don't have so I can finish reading the story. So there you go. So, Michael's asking about Midtown. We went to the Times Square location. I have not been to any of the other locations. The last time I was there, I remember they were telling me that the downtown location has a better selection of older back issues than this one. This time around, they didn't have a whole lot in terms of like older back issues in their bins upstairs. It was mainly, you know, a lot of recent stuff, but last time I was there, they had quite a bit actually, and it was on sale. So we went there last year at some point when we were taking a cruise, left out of New York, and I think I got like $100 worth of back issues from there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna be. What I was about to say. Statues everywhere. Do they sell comic books or statues?
Yeah.
I think they sell statues. I think there was more floor space given to statues than books, I thought.
Steve asked if we listen to stoner metal.
I like some, so we know more Doom. We know some like okay, obviously not okay. Black Sabbath, I would say like their first 5 albums are quintessential stoner metal. Okay, they're more Doom. Okay, they're Doom metal, but that's in the same vein. Fucking Sweet Leaf. But I don't really know too much stoner metal, but except there's this one album I really like called from the band Bong Ripper. Right, Satan Worshipping Doom. It is a really cool album. I know that album. That's what I was looking up on my phone. Yeah, that's actually a really cool album. That's the only stoner metal I really know. Although I hear Sleep, Al keeps on trying to tell us to listen to Sleep, and we just haven't.
Yeah, I think Steve has also told us to listen to Sleep. He said Bong Ripper is cool.
Yeah, that's an awesome album.
We have Olympus Night and asked, hello, did you like Silver Snail in Toronto?
We love that.
Yeah, that's one of our go-to shops.
Whenever we're in Toronto, we always.
Yeah, we've been in a handful of shops in Toronto. That's the one that particularly stands out to me. I remember they used to be 2 stories, and it kind of felt a little bit like Midtown with the 2 floors. Now it's a very small location, but still good. They still have good selection of back issues. Found some of my Demon books there when I was trying to finish my run. I remember being really excited about that. And yeah, I've picked up a lot from Silver Snail. I do have a video on my channel of it if you haven't seen that before.
Do I look more Kerry King, or do I look more like 2000, like
You want to know,
2000s
Luke?
Metallica?
You want to know? You look like Luke with a pair of sunglasses on.
I don't wear these very often. This is like the 3rd time I've worn these sunglasses.
Any love for Every Time I Die? I don't think I know them. I think I've heard the name, but are you familiar?
I've definitely I've listened to an album or 2. I couldn't tell you any. No, I'm thinking November's Doom. I'm sorry. I was thinking I love November's Doom. Boom. That I love. There's a handful of albums that I know the album covers more. I don't know the names, but I could point at the album cover. And look that up. November's Doom is awesome. Anyone who hasn't listened to November's Doom, do it. I'm gonna look up.
Okay. So we had some fun. We took a train, which was about 10 hours from where we are to New York City. And it's a lot. It can be chill though, it can be a little annoying, but it was pretty fun and chill. And Luke made it entertaining, particularly on the ride back. It was kind of funny. Should I talk about the train ride back? Okay, so
there's a bunch of
Luke was being Luke, and he decided to.
I wasn't driving.
Yeah, he decided he was going to bring a bottle and get really hammered on the train. And he was saying some goofy shit. If you know Luke, he says some goofy stuff sometimes. And when he's unfiltered like that, it can be a little much to some people around. And we had the area to ourselves. I'll just say that. We were in this little area because it was a sold out train, so you have to sit where you can. And Luke and I found a spot with 2 seats together, and the spot right across from us had, a few other seats where our friends that were with us could sit. And there were these 2 girls that were sitting right across from us, directly across from us, and we're talking to them, and then, Luke's just doing his thing, pulling out his vodka and mixing it with Pepsi.
I'm not gonna pay for for a drink what I would have for whatever a little pint at the liquor store. I'm not. I'm a degenerate. I'm not stupid.
And then as soon as these girls got a chance to move seats, they got up.
It doesn't help that of those seats, we took up a majority of it. We're like talking across from each other and stuff, and we're like having fun.
But that happened about 4 times.
And I feel like I was the driving force of.
Would come try to sit by us, converse, and then Luke would say some crazy shit and scare them away. It happened at least 4 times, and the one that sticks out was the funniest. There was a guy that just wanted to come sit and get a nice view.
He sits down. It's some very some poor Indian fellow. He seemed like a very nice guy. He sits down and he's all excited. He's like, "Oh, I get a seat by the window. I want to look out the window." And I'm like, yeah, the state is beautiful. If only it wasn't ran by tyrants. And he was like, "Oh,
I do know."
And then he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go sit with my wife over there now."
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's one of those things where you kind of had to be there. But if you guys know Luke, I'm sure you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. All right, thank you, Steve, again for the super chat. Never listen to Every Time I Die.
Yeah, I was going over.
I'm sorry, Steve, man.
Yeah, I was just looking over some album covers that they have because I couldn't remember an album name. I was looking and I don't want to lie to you, man, but I don't think I've ever listened to them. Although I've heard about them. What do they? I'm assuming they do doom metal.
I'm not sure.
I'm the wall good we were just talking about.
Yeah, I've heard the name. I don't know much about them. Yeah, thank you as always for the music suggestions.
No, that's a lot easier. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music. So, but here's the problem: is I probably listen to the same 100 albums over and over again. Which I feel bad about, but I don't feel too bad about it because like how many people can know intimately 100 albums like that, or like that many people have seen 100 albums, let alone know that much intimately. So I don't feel too bad because it's not like I don't have a varied list of music. Rush. I've listened to a lot of Rush. Yeah, I'm a huge metalhead, but I love Rush.
Oh, he says that they're metalcore Buffalo natives.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll give what album should I listen to first? Because I don't dip my toes into the death or the metalcore, the hardcore scene at all, really. So although you know what? I have seen when I was in high school, I went to go see A Day to Remember. That was freaking cool. It was fun. Again, not the biggest fan of the death or the metal core. Like if it ends in core, it's not really my spin, my dance. But I saw Bring Me the Horizon, and they were separate shows. Bring Me the Horizon first, and then A Day to Remember. And they put on a phenomenal show, and everyone was having a blast. So I wouldn't mind listening to it. It's not outside the realm of possibility. If I'm gonna listen to an album, what's the first one I should listen to? Right? Like if you've never listened to Black Sabbath before, I'd say the first one you should listen to is Paranoid. You can go from there. But so I've never listened to Every Time I Die. So what should I listen to? What's the next album? What's the album of what I should listen to? Yeah. If you've never listened to Ghost, I would say, if you've never listened to Ghost, what's the album you should start with?
Album you should start with?
Yep. What's the album? Hot Damn and Lone Teens. Hell Radical. All right.
Honestly, I would say just start from the beginning and go to the end. Like, because I think it's important
I think
to see the progression.
I think it's like Star Wars. I think you should start I think you should start it first.
I think, in the beginning, you see the kind of underground sort of doom metal, sort of still figuring it out a little bit, but, very raw.
The first Ghost album has some absolute killer doom metal riffs.
It's raw, it's low production,
it's the beginning.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I would say, I would just do it in order, really.
And then by the next album, they're starting to become.
They add like a psychedelic rock element,
kind of psychedelic sort of feel. Definitely some kind of 80s pop, sort of mixed with metal, and it starts to become their own. And their first album is great, but it definitely. They become their own, and then the third album, they really refine that sound that they sort of started with the second album.
I would say that Meliora is Ghost's is Ghost Paranoid. I feel like a lot of the bangers, like their biggest song, Square Hammer, was a single released immediately after that. I would say
Cerise was the one that got
Cerise
them
put
their
them on
first
the map, got them
Grammy.
a Grammy.
Yeah.
I would say that comparing Meliora and Paranoid wouldn't be that abstract.
Yeah, I think Cerise was really the song that kind of projected them towards more of a mainstream path. And then when Square Hammer came around, that was the EP released immediately after Meliora, and that EP is mostly covers, but Square Hammer was an original song, and it's been the song that they closed their sets with for a while. It's the song that really started getting them more attention. Then you get into Prequel, which is an angry album. It's a dark album. Like it's very
I think it's their best. I think it's their best album. I think it's their best album. Like academically, it's not my favorite. I think it's their best academically speaking. It tells a coherent story from beginning to end about the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
But there's so much little subtext to each song because Tobias, the front man, basically he is Ghost. He hires the band members to play in contract. He does the majority of the recordings of the music. He is, for lack of a better word, Ghost. He got sued by his bandmates, by his
former bandmates.
And
we don't know really how involved some of these people were.
Right. A lot of them weren't involved creatively as much as they pretended to be, but they saw Tobias reaping the fruits of his labor and didn't like that. Oh no.
I don't know why it does that.
Okay. That whole album, there's multiple songs where he is pissed off about it, and it comes through in a way that only something that's influenced by heavy metal can. Absolutely a phenomenal album. I think what comes after that.
That album was a big turning point.
Yeah, that album was a big turning point. It's when they stopped. It's when they really stopped even pretending to have any resemblance to. They started to metal. Like Opus was a doom metal album. He toured with other heavy metal groups, and then he stopped doing that with Meliora.
I would say the music isn't that much different, all things considered.
Yeah, but
it's more of a style shift towards a more kind of glam rock, almost like leaning on pop sort of vibe. They had already been dipping into kind of the sort of pop metal.
And like what Steve says, that's not he's not even a little wrong. In fact, Tobias has gone on to state how much he loves ABBA, and that when ABBA came out with that new album, it was like the thing he wouldn't stop listening to. I haven't listened to any ABBA. I'm sorry.
Hello, JSS. Good to see you.
Yo.
Yeah. So yeah, we had Prequel, which was very dark album. Definitely a shift towards a more kind of mainstream, I guess, and not in a bad way. I think it's awesome that bands like Ghost can become mainstream and bring heavier.
I love their sound,
music, and different styles of music to the radio. Dancing Queen. Yeah.
I've heard that. I know Dancing Queen.
Okay. And then after that,
I sing it in the shower.
So after Prequel, you get into Impera, which is definitely Ghost's most commercial album for sure. It is very much a pop rock album at the core of it. I'd say there are almost no songs on that album that really resemble metal in any way. It's mostly all pop rock. I like the album. There are songs I definitely would say I don't like, though, and that's probably the only Ghost album where I'd say there are songs I don't like.
I don't like Darkness at the Heart. I'm sorry, I just think it's a dumb.
There are some Ghost albums that have kind of weaker songs, but I think on Impera, the lowest of the lows are there. But I don't think that that's a bad album by any means, but the album feels like it was made to be more of a production. It was done. It feels like kind of a Broadway style.
I love
show.
20s. That song felt like it was meant to be in a play.
Yeah,
it was a show tune.
20s isn't a song I would like go out of my way to necessarily listen to if I'm jamming out, but I think it is a very well put together song. And I think in the context of the movie they did based around that album cycle, Right Here, Right Now, you can tell that some of those songs really do feel like they were made to be part of a bigger production, and that's not a bad thing. I think that that's great to see the evolution and the trajectory, to see Tobias Forge, someone who started as nobody making death metal as like a young kid, getting his dream of being a huge rock star. And what I love about Ghost, what I fucking love about Ghost is that you get to see, it's essentially one man, so you get to see one man's rise from nothing to rock icon in just the course of little over a decade. Yeah, a little over a decade. We've watched this, and I think it is amazing. And then you get to an album like Skeletor, their newest album, which it feels more stripped back from what Impera was. Really and I feel like this is like a learning moment. It's a moment of growth. I think that Tobias is happy that he was able to achieve something like Impera, but after an album like that was so massive in scale, he wanted to just do something that was more straight rock. And
he got tired of
some of the bells
being told
and whistles.
That Ghost wasn't metal enough, so he unironically made a glam album.
Yeah, I would
it's
say
really cool. It
has Rockets or Mycelia Amore, which is that's probably the most metal song Ghost has done in a while.
But I think Umbra is one of my favorite Ghost songs. I love
feels like something off of their second album. Yeah, for sure.
That's a phenomenal album from start to finish. Well, actually, not to finish. I think the last track is very weak, but because it's the last track, it's the easiest to skip. I think it should have ended at Umbra, but that's okay.
So yeah, the show was amazing, and I really like the no phones in it. You know, it sucks. Yeah. You know, we don't have pictures to look back, but you know, they take pictures and post on their social media. I don't think so.
Check their Instagram.
But yeah, it was a really good time. So if you've never seen Ghosts before, I would highly recommend, if you get the chance to, check them out. And I was able to record a video. I went to a couple comic shops, and that will be coming out probably tomorrow. I hope tomorrow morning, afternoon. I am finished cutting the video up. Now I just need to add voiceover and a little bit that I film at the end at home. So yeah, I just recorded all of that before this, so now it's just putting everything together, getting the thumbnail ready, and getting it all scheduled out to go. So yeah, this has been cool. Yeah, thank you for coming. It's been my first stream in over a month, and I'll admit I was a little nervous. Like for a while I was doing it every week and I was feeling good about it, and then, life just happens and just haven't been feeling up to it. I don't want to come on here and just phone it in, and I want to come on here when I have something to say. And today I felt like I had a lot to say. I feel like I'm a little bit rough compared to usual, and I'm sure I'll get back into the groove of things. But yeah, thank you to everybody who did pop in.
Yeah, they got some good pictures on Instagram, or not any of them.
Yeah, it's okay. But
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. 27 studio album. Been around. Holy shit.
Okay.
That's a lot of music.
Well, thank you, Steve, and feel free to send music recommendations to the Discord anytime. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this up soon, unless if Luke has anything else that he wants to say.
I think I'm set. I had a blast.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, I don't want to
thank you
take
everyone
too much more time, but yeah, I appreciate you guys, everyone who showed up. You know, it's been rusty. It's been a while, but
did we talk
just
about
wanted
Superman?
to talk about it. I missed it. No, actually, we didn't. I talked about it. I made my own video on it, but Luke has not shared his thoughts. So, do you want to quickly go into your thoughts on Superman?
I liked the parts of Superman where Superman was doing Superman things, but I thought everything else was kind of silly. I liked the acting for Lex Luthor. I didn't think they wrote him very well. And something that really bothered me is instead of using a CGI dog, why didn't they just use CGI to make a dog fly? I feel like that would have been better and easier. I don't know.
Dogs are too hard to train.
I don't know, man. Like like they've done it before.
They had to do a lot of action shots. I mean, it was based on James Gunn's dog.
Okay, so why didn't he use his dog then? I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. That's
that is not something I really paid attention to.
But I loved Mr. Terrific. I love what's his name? Lantern. Who's the Lantern?
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. Okay, that was the last name because I knew his name was Guy something.
So some people liked it, some people
I liked
didn't.
the Superman bit, but it was. I'm sorry, Superman for me will always be Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I did a review on my channel, so if you want to hear me talk more in depth, you can check that out. But I liked Supergirl.
The 3 seconds she was in that movie.
But I thought that there were some dumb parts.
Yeah. There were the monkeys were internet trolls. Lex Luthor hired monkeys for the internet trolls.
Yeah, the monkeys were internet trolls, but I think that Jimmy Olsen's plot.
Oh, I loved Jimmy Olsen, actually. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, Jimmy Olsen's little plot, I think, was probably one of the most comic-y things. And I love it. They're doing a Jimmy Olsen series, actually, that's going to be starring Gorilla Grodd. We're going to get Gorilla Grodd. And I think he's going to have to be CGI, Luke. I don't think they're going to train an actual gorilla.
Well, you can just put me in a suit. I think I do a very good gorilla.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I really like the anthology style of comic book storytelling, and that's something I really like about the Silver Age is that you just get all these really goofy stories, and they have nothing to do with one another. They're probably not actually canon to anything, and part of what I love about the Silver Age version of Superman is that you get all of these. Sure, yeah, it was kind of lighter when we started this, and we had some natural light, but yeah, we are ending this soon. That light looks terrible, but yeah, I'm excited for Jimmy Olsen because I'm just really excited to see something that feels like the most outlandish comic. I think it's going to be something that will feel like maybe a Batman 66 type of show.
Steve, you're trying to trigger me.
That is not yeah, Luke.
I actually love BVS. I love BVS. I think it's a great movie. And
I love
the fact that using your mother, like saying, "Hey, I have a mom too," like, yeah, that might snap me. You know, particularly because Batman had his mom killed. That makes sense that they're both genuinely kind of going through the same thing at the moment. That was something that particularly comic book fans would latch onto. Like, it didn't bother me at all.
I love
BVS. I'm sorry, Zack Snyder did great. And the theatrical release of the Justice League was Marvel meddling. I'm convinced of it. They sabotaged that movie. Zack Snyder hobbled together what what footage he had and shot the rest on an iPhone, and it came out to be an infinitely better movie.
I like the Snyderverse
than all the Marvel money that his name.
I think that we never got to really see what the Snyderverse would have been. I think that Batman v Superman was still heavily compromised by studios. Even with all the stuff with Justice League, we still did get the Snyder Cut, but that's still so far off from what Snyder's original vision would have been. Because Batman v Superman was meddled with, and then after Batman v Superman didn't do that great, everything was meddled with even more. And here's the thing: the worst movies DC has put out had nothing to do with Zack Snyder. Justice League, all the worst parts of that done by Joss Whedon. I would say that as time went on, the movies started to get worse and worse. I didn't see The Flash. It doesn't look like a movie I would enjoy. It looks to me like the Joss Whedon version of Justice League in a way. I didn't see Shazam 2. I thought Aquaman 2 was all right. Didn't hate that one.
It was fun. It was, I don't know, it was a vehicle for me to eat lots of popcorn. I had fun. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. I didn't see Shazam 2. I thought that was just like a kid's movie.
Yeah. Suicide Squad.
Flash, we're actively avoiding because we're not going to watch movies we know we're not going to like.
Suicide Squad was like the first time in a while, and probably the last time that I just like really loved a comic book movie. Was that before or after the Batman? I think
repeat that.
Did the Suicide Squad come out before or after the Batman?
The Suicide Squad with James Gunn is one of my is I think my favorite DC film. Black Adam is horrible. I'm so glad that movie flopped and was horrible because then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson would have had his fat fingers.
Yeah, the only benefit that you would have preferred there is that you would have gotten Henry Cavill as Superman. So Dwayne Johnson wanted Henry Cavill, but that does not excuse Dwayne Johnson and his ego that almost destroyed DC. Like he was essentially going to be the James Gunn figure, kind of running the show, pulling the strings, and they cut that off real quick. I'm glad about that. Like, I think that Shazam overall would have been better had they just gone with the original plan to make Black Adam a part of the Shazam movie, but Dwayne Johnson had such a big ego, he needed to be his own movie star. He couldn't handle being a side character. And I mean, they could have done it in a way where probably both of them got equal, or at least close to equal screen time. But you could probably splice together 5 to 6 different Rock movies and make it some plot.
I liked Walking Tall. That was cool. I remember that from like 20 years ago. I should instead of here.
Well, I want to wrap it up. So what are you looking for?
Oh, I'm messed up.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. But yeah, overall, I think both of us liked parts of Superman, didn't like some parts of it. I want to give it another watch. I've heard from some people that some of the dumb parts are a little bit less annoying on the second watch, I guess. And I wouldn't say I was annoyed by the movie at any point, but there were just some parts where I feel like the impact was a little bit lost by some of the James Gunn style humor. But overall, I liked it. I liked it, and I'm happy. I've been a happy DC fan lately because regardless of anyone's take on the movie, there are always going to be people that don't like it, but this movie has sparked interest again in DC Comics, and people are happy and excited to talk about DC Comics, which is something I haven't really seen much of for a while. So that's a win for me. Anytime DC can get a win, that's good. I'm sick and tired of movies coming out and just pissing me off and just turning people off from DC. Because when DC does things right and they're good, it's really, really good. But when they do something wrong, it completely turns people off from anything else they're putting out. And so I just want to say I'm a happy DC fan. You know, whatever my take on the movie is, I watched it once. I'm going to watch it again. I might have a different opinion after that, but I'm hopeful for the future, and I'm hoping that some of this translates to comics as well. I heard that the Superman Treasury Edition was really good, so want to definitely try and get my hands on that. Steve said can't wait for Lanterns and Peacemaker. Yeah, I haven't watched Peacemaker season 1, but I might check it out now that we know it still is canon with this new universe. Oh, someone had to come crash the stream. Ooh, baby. And of course, yeah, Lanterns. I'm sure it's going to be a blast. I love Green Lantern, and I like the idea of it kind of being sort of detectives in space kind of thing. I dig it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it off now. So
Someone needed to say goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, from me, Luke, and Selena.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who came out and said hello. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back to doing an every week stream. I enjoyed doing it, and I'm happy I was able to do it for as long as I did, but for me, I have to have something to talk about. I have to be passionate about it, and I don't want to just come on here and phone it in and force something. I feel like the value to you guys will be significantly more if I do it, as an occasional thing, Maybe I'll get to the point where it becomes like an every other week kind of thing. But for now, I'm just going to go live when I feel like I have something I want to say. Like I want everything I do to be authentic and from the heart. And if I don't feel like I have anything useful to say, I'm not going to stream,
But
And
really, it's good to see you guys show up and listen to two idiots rant about
seriously.
something.
Thank you to everyone who did show up.
Special shout out to Steve tonight. Thanks, man.
Especially,
I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna listen to a little bit of Every Day I Die.
Yeah, especially since I didn't really announce this until a half hour before. The fact that we've had so many people pop in and say hey, and like I haven't streamed in a while, so nobody is expecting this, but just wanted to come say hi, just because I appreciate all of you guys who have stuck with me, and I just miss chatting with you. I'm feeling a little anxious tonight, I'll be real. I'm a little nervous. And I don't really know why, but I want my focus of my channel primarily to be on the videos, the recorded, edited content, and it felt like a lot trying to come up with different topics to talk about every week on stream while also trying to make my videos as good as possible. I felt like it's kind of lacking a little bit. And I want to be proud of everything I put out. So I want my full undivided attention to go to making the best possible videos for you guys. And I've been enjoying myself, you know, doing some kind of different videos. I did a comic book gimmick tier list. That was fun.
What did you guys think of that? I really liked that. Actually, I think that was one of my favorite of the recent videos.
And then I did a comic book lost media. That was something I had fun sort of researching, and the video, you know, it didn't get a lot of views because, you know, YouTube tends to do that when the content is a bit different and off topic from what I normally do. Plus, I didn't have myself in the thumbnail, and that seems to throw you guys off when I'm not in the thumbnail. I feel like people don't know it's my video, but sometimes it doesn't feel right for me to be in the thumbnail when I'm not like the focus of the video. You know, like if it's me going to the comic shop or if it's my review, I feel right about putting myself in the thumbnail, but sometimes I just don't think that it needs it. But that also has the negative consequence of sometimes maybe people don't necessarily know it's my video and scroll past it. So in case if you guys missed it and you want something else to watch immediately after this, I'm going to drop the link to my most recent video on my channel, which is Lost Comic Books. And
you know the Midtown comic. You know that's coming. You know it's coming.
Midtown Comics vid is probably dropping tomorrow morning, afternoon time. Like think 11, 12. That's kind of how I like to post my videos normally, between the 11 to 12 o'clock time frame. Sometimes I'll post it a little bit later in the day, depending on how I'm feeling about things. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good video. I'm really happy with the rough edit I have so far. And yeah, so there we go. I'm going to go get to work on that video, and yeah. How are you doing, Luke?
I'm doing pretty good.
Anything you want to say before we head out? Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Lee.
No, I guess it's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all. I'm really happy that you showed up. I'm really happy that you spent time with us, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with you guys. You guys are dope. All right.
Thank you, guys. You're awesome.
You guys are awesome. Keep it